Hello there, assassins. You'd better sit down for this one, because what you're about to see took me a couple of years to make. This video will show you all meteor locations I currently know about. I will also tell you everything you need to know about meteors, about rainbows and burning statues, about how to find them, about how to farm them, and most importantly, where to find them. Some people believe that they appear randomly in the game, but fortunately for us farmers, this is not the case. So I will start this meteor location showcase with the most common of them all. This meteor is located just to the northeast of Ravensthorpe, and many people know about it because this road is very commonly used. And actually my first encounter was not the meteor, it was the burning statue. Meteors, burning statues and rainbows all appear in the exact same locations. But what it is you see in that location is determined by the time of day in-game. I don't know if you've noticed, but the first thing I did in the beginning of this video was to meditate, to turn day into night. And that was for a reason, because I'm going to show you the locations of meteors, and meteors only spawn at night. You will never see a meteor strike during day. They will only strike at night, and as you continue farming them, the time will turn into day and you can take different pictures during daytime, and it's also nice and beautiful. But the first strike of a meteor will always happen at night. In the same locations you can see rainbow that appears early in the morning, or you can see burning statues spawn in the exact same place but during the afternoon. Feel free to pause the video at any time so you can take screenshots or pictures of the locations so you can use them later on to find meteors, burning statues or rainbows in your own game. Have fun farming! So let me tell you about the rewards. Well, burning statues don't give you anything apart from nice pictures. If you happen to find a special rainbow, you can find a pot of silver, not even gold, underneath that will give you 100 silver coins. That was the simple part. Now the other part is a little bit more complicated. The meteors, they give you a couple of titanium, they give you 100 plus iron, and they give you one ingot depending on where that meteor strikes, in which area. If it's a high level area, it will give you one tungsten ingot. It's basically the same type of ingots you would get normally from the chests in that area or from those guards walking to and fro along the roads. Now let me tell you how to trigger that meteor to strike in the first place. It's very easy, although it does take time. So unless you're a very lucky person, it will take you a good few tries. So step number 1 is make sure you have snacks and coffee. Step number 2, meditate. I mean in the game. Once you have turned day into night, you can zap to the nearest fast travel location and then just follow road towards the meteor location. Make sure it's always night when you do this, because after a few tries night turns into day, so turn it back into night again. Before I used to go through every location one after another, but now I stick just to one. I choose one, go there, and I zap in and out of the area, following road and hoping to eventually see it. It normally doesn't take that long. It takes about 1 or 2 in-game days, rather nights, to see the meteor strike, but if you're lucky it can happen straight away. Has this ever happened to you in your game? Have you found any meteors? But most importantly, have you found any meteors that I haven't mentioned in this video? If you have, make sure to reach out to me. You can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm also on Blue Sky, and you can also find me on Facebook. So make sure to check out my amazing group, Assassin's Creed Unlimited, on Facebook. It has awesome people and great atmosphere. So as I said earlier, turn day into night, follow road, eventually meteor will strike. And now, story time. One day I was farming the meteor above Ravensthorpe, and yes, you can farm those meteors endlessly. So as I'm farming it, there were a few cows and sheep here and there, and as I continued farming it, there were more and more cows coming. After about an hour or so, The place was absolutely flooded with cows. It was like Woodstock for cows. There were probably more than 100 cows out there. So naturally I decided to get some leather. And so I did. But then as I continued farming the same meteor, more and more cows and sheep appeared, and the rest is history. So that meteor that day gave me lots and lots of leather as well. I'm curious, has anything like this ever happened to you? Now I want to tell you a little bit about meteor's behavior. Firstly, now you cannot use your raven anymore to farm that meteor. So if you're standing by where the meteor strikes and fly away with your raven, the meteor will not strike there again. Now you need to physically go yourself a certain distance and then turn around, trigger that meteor to strike again. I personally don't understand why they changed that, because it was really fun to do and I took so many nice pictures. And now that I know about all these locations, I could have taken so many more great pictures. I do hope they bring it back at some point, although I wouldn't hold my breath. But the good news is, now if you fast travel, go to a different sync point, or meditate, the meteor will still keep striking, while before it was not the case. So the meteors, they appear in two major locations, in England and in Isle of Skye. I have not encountered any of them anywhere else, so if you did, please let me know. So now if you don't want that meteor to keep striking, if you want it gone, the only thing you can do is two things. Either you should zap out of that area entirely, go to a different map, or you can close your game. Only in these two cases will the meteor disappear. Now the exact same thing goes for rainbows as well. I'm not talking about burning statues now because they don't give you anything. You can farm those rainbows endlessly again, but if you do need money, don't farm rainbows, go fishing. There is absolutely lovely fishing spot that is north of Jorvik. It's located at the very end, or is it the beginning of a river, and it has a flat type of bridge over it. Now between that bridge and where the river ends, there's a small pond with so much fish. If you use your harpoon ability, you're going to get a lot of it in one go, in a few seconds basically. And most of it is salmon. I have spent countless hours looking for meteors, and so did many other people who contributed to making of this video. I would like to give a shout out to two wonderful YouTubers, Darkstrider and Scata. It is because of those meteors and mastery challenges that I got to know them and become friends with them. Also a big shout out to members of two of my groups, Assassin's Creed Unlimited and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, who greatly helped me find many of these locations featured in this video. So when you get a chance, don't forget to come and say hi to us on Facebook. And now I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of my video. Bye bye for now.
This area is off limits.